Should YouTubers be complaining about money? I'm going to rant here for a little bit for you guys, but as promised, I'm still going to give you the same stuff that we do every Tuesday. Talk about some updates to YouTube, including a faster loading site. Also, there's an update to the transcript system, and also there's an update to the YouTube Creators Playbook. That and way more is coming up. Hey guys, my name is Tim Schmoyer and it's Tuesday. Those of you guys who've been here for a while know that means it's time to talk about some of the things that have been happening in the online video news space this past week and talk about what it means for us as creators. And the first thing I want to talk about is anyone who's been on YouTube for a little bit has seen a lot of the rants and the speeches and the videos and the parodies, everything going up, complaining about, hey, YouTube's not giving us enough money and we can't build a sustainable business on the Adsense revenue that they're creating. And everyone just seems to be like complaining and up in arms about this, and I just wanted to say, I remember YouTube back in like 2006 and 7, 8, back before there even was a partner program, back when people were just making videos because they were passionate about expressing themselves creatively through online video, interacting with people and audiences, and it was about like community stuff. I almost think it might have been better if YouTube never even established a partner program in the first place, because at least we would still have that. And I'm not saying that doesn't exist anymore, it certainly does, but that seems to be drowned out more and more by people getting into the space because there is money here and they're just trying to make a buck. And when they don't, they start complaining. And it sounds to me, to be totally honest, that it's like the kid who gets a job at McDonald's and is complaining that he's not getting paid enough to flip burgers. And to that person, I just say, go get a job someplace else. If you feel like your burger flipping skills are more valuable than what you're currently getting paid, then you have two options. One, you can either go someplace else and actually get market value for the skills that you have, or two, your skills aren't actually worth what you think they are and market value is actually way lower. And thus you need to get more training and education and experience in order to do something else that pays more. And if you do increase your skills and you still can't get paid for what you think you should be earning for flipping those burgers, well then this is America, or at least it is for me, and you should go out and just start your own business and get paid what you think you deserve for your skills. What it comes down to for me is, rather than just complaining about it, go out and actually do something about it. Figure out other ways to monetize your audience on YouTube. Get creative and solve the problem for yourself rather than just complaining about YouTube and thinking like they owe you something, because YouTube doesn't owe any of us anything. In fact, I'm not even sure why we have this sense of entitlement from YouTube in the first place. This is an amazing space that lets you do creatively what you want with online video, and they have no obligation to have to pay you anything. At this point, it would be rather unwise for YouTube to remove the partner program, but they certainly could, and hopefully you have your eggs in enough baskets outside of YouTube that you can continue to support yourself and what you're doing, just like all the creators did who made this site great back in 2006, 7, 8, and 9, leading up to like mass adoption of the partner program just like up to like 2 years ago. So main points, quit complaining, get rid of your sense of entitlement, and figure out a solution for yourself if you don't like what's happening here. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this, guys. Please comment below. I just think that there's a lot of people who are just ranting. Well, I've already said my piece. I'm not going to go into that. Let's talk about online video news stuff. A lot of you guys maybe have noticed that there's now a red bar that goes across the very top of the website when you're browsing videos. And this is kind of going back to what we talked about a couple weeks ago when YouTube announced that they were going to learn how to make YouTube.com load way faster than it currently does, trying to get it down to beneath 100 milliseconds so that there's like an imperceivable amount of time that passes from the time someone clicks on a video to the time that it starts playing. And we've already talked about the technology that's going into all that, but it looks like it's now starting to roll out slowly. I've seen it happen a couple times, and my experience has been, yes, this is absolutely loading way faster than the site did before. Also, YouTube released a new update to their YouTube Creators Playbook, and in this version, it has a lot of new things added. And one of the things I asked YouTube, I was like, you keep coming out with these new updates, which is awesome, but like I don't feel like reading the entire book just to try to figure out what's new and what's old, you know? So they actually pointed me to a page that I'm going to link up for you guys below that actually has a section of just the new updates. And in this new update, it has new sections on YouTube Live, promotion, YouTube Analytics, Google Plus, and building your community. So go check that out. And also another update that just came out to YouTube is there's a little box next to your video. If you go to like the caption section of your video, you can upload a transcript. But if you don't feel like watching the video on your computer and typing up a transcript or even paying for someone else to make a transcript for you and uploading that, now you can just type right into that box while you're watching a YouTube video right next to it and click sync, and it will automatically sync your transcript with the video. Now it worked, but the thing that's still a struggle is that you still have to go like type a little bit, put the video on pause, type that part, go put the video, play, listen to it, you gotta go back and forth. And I wish it was a little bit more seamless, where maybe just play the video slower, or it would just automatically detect when you stop typing, and then it would play like another 4 or 5 seconds. You could type that part, you stop typing it automatically. Like I wish it was still a better experience, but hey, it's a step in the right direction. Also, do you guys remember a couple months ago when we talked about the founders of YouTube actually launching what they deemed as like a YouTube competitor? Well, it's out now. It's live. It's Mixbit.com, and it's actually not really a YouTube competitor. It's kind of more like a Vine competitor, but it is pretty unique in the way it works. What we're used to here on YouTube is we take a bunch of video clips, we edit them all together into one longer clip, and we upload that whole video in its entirety to YouTube, and it stays static like that, and that's it. What Mixbit is saying is that you can use our app to record 16-second clips, and you can do up to 256 of those clips back to back to make a video that is up to 1 hour long, and then you can upload that to us and we will host it for you and all that kind of good stuff. But the difference is those clips actually there's like still one video, but those clips can still be used individually by other users who can then take one of your clips or multiple of your clips and mix them into their videos and make like a montage, or they can make parodies, or it just kind of makes each clip on its service like its own individual clip that can show up in anyone else's video. They're attempting to make online video very social and very collaborative, and it'll be very interesting to see how this type of new dynamic to online video, how it just kind of performs going forward. Although one thing that is kind of weird to me is that you don't actually have like an account of people you can subscribe to and follow. Everything is really anonymous, so we'll see how long that lasts. 3 quick stories to wrap up for you guys. One is that Fullscreen is being sued for all the cover songs that they are hosting that they do not have legal permission rights to. And so New Media Rockstars wrote a post that you guys should definitely check out if you do cover songs, just giving you all the information. Or 1, are you going to get sued? And 2, how do you go about doing cover songs in a way that you are legally protected and don't have to worry about any of that kind of stuff in the future? Number 2, there's a good post on Tube Filter that talks about the 3 main big takeaways that everyone at VidCon was talking about. Like, here's how you grow and build and sustain an audience. And there are no surprise to us, but they are still good reminders that come down to collaborating with other creators, posting consistently, and engaging with your audience. And the last link down there is about cord cutting, and people are actually leaving cable and satellite subscriptions to move towards online video streaming instead. And there's tons of these stories coming out all the time. I don't usually highlight them just because there's so many people with different opinions about this and different data, but this one actually seems to suggest that yes, it is happening slowly but surely. And so if you want to check out the data behind that, link up below. And if this is your first time hanging out with us, I'd love to have you subscribe. I really believe that a lot of you guys have messages that could really change a lot of people's lives if those people just heard what you have to say. And so I do this to help you guys spread your messages and hopefully change the world. So thank you for letting me be a part of that. And we do that just by staying up to date with what's happening on this platform and really mastering how to use this place to spread our messages. And then on Wednesdays, I give you guys some YouTube tips, ideas, suggestions, tricks, really just how to excel here. And then on Thursdays, we do some YouTube Q&A. So all that is coming up this week. Subscribe, and I will see you guys again tomorrow. Bye.